Hi guys, happy holidays. I know I normally do a wind down Wednesday. Well, I've done one live so far. This is the second. The idea was to be a wind down Wednesday once a month with you guys. But since Wednesday falls on Christmas Day, I figured none of you would be around for that. Oh, I've got some really bad frizzies, haven't I? I was trying not to use hairspray today to try, I cannot do mirror image. Try and do no hairspray today because hairspray is quite drying, isn't it? And was using kind of like a wax, some Iron H wax with that. But that's not great. If you can't hear me, if you're tuning in, let me know. Hi, if you're new here, if you're old here, I love you. Thank you for joining me. You make this place what it is. So let's start with the obvious. By now, you've probably all heard of or started watching Beast Games. This was the hardest secret to keep. So I was filming Beast Games this summer. I am player 959. If you've watched episode, I don't want to tell you anything because if you haven't watched it, I don't want to ruin it for you. So I don't know whether to say spoiler alert here in case you haven't watched 1 and 2. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. In case you haven't watched 1 and 2, stop watching now or mute me because I did make it through episode 1 and 2 and 0 in Vegas. So you're going to want to start with episode 0 on YouTube. Then you're going to go over to Prime Video and watch 1 and 2. Episode 3 isn't out yet. It will drop next Thursday. So even I haven't seen that. We got to go to LA this week and we had a premiere there, a screening party, which was amazing. I got to see all of my beastie besties. I actually roomed with 3 of the girls because we were so close. We made such good friends while filming Beast Games. So we got to hang out. I drove there with another friend from Vegas who is also in Beast Games. We did the screening. Honestly, it was so amazing seeing everyone's reactions to it. And I think they did it's so hard, right? When you think it's 3 to 4 days of filming each episode, to condense that into 40-minute episode, you're missing so much. So to kind of create that drama, you're probably like, why are they crying? Why are they so emotional? They've only been on set a day or an hour or however short it looks like to you. Bearing in mind, we've already lived in Allegiant Stadium together. When I say lived in, we lived in Allegiant Stadium for episode 0. We slept on the floor in there in sleeping bags. We did not leave, and we've made very tight friendships there. Then we'd had a couple of days in Canada in our hotels before starting going filming. So we did become really tight really, really quickly. So you've got that. So it's not day one. And then it's also just you're going through this incredible journey together. You have to remember how high stakes this is. My cat tunnels on the floor here. I never normally film in this room, but I thought it'd be different to film in my office today. I have my sign behind me, so you can't forget who I am. If you want to follow on Instagram, that's my handle as well, but and actually spell out AND. I've got the chat going if you want to join me in the chat. I might even gift some memberships today as well if I'm feeling nice to have enough of you here. So let me know if you're new here and want a membership gifted because I am able to do that for you. Well, what else? Okay, so back to Beast Games. So player 959. When you watch it, I just did a Twitch and I did a YouTube. I live streamed it. I played the video and did my reaction as a contestant to it. So really interested in seeing contestant. Hi, next person who's joined. Hi, I'm Eve, Beast Games player 959. Welcome, welcome. We're talking everything Beast Games, everything winter fashion trends, favorite movies, TVs, and also what I'm drinking today. But back to Canada. So checking in. When we went to the set, we had no idea what any of the games were going to be. So training for Beast Games was really interesting because I watched all of Mr. Beast's videos, but you still don't know what it's going to be because you have to figure with $5 million on the line, it's going to be bigger and harder than any of his challenges have ever been before. So, I mean, my husband's brilliant. We were training for everything. We did dodgeball, red light, green light. You know, we watched Squid Games to see if kind of any Squid Game-esque challenges would be in there. My dad was helping me try and start fires. We were doing like steel flint without matches, without anything. So it was a really good kind of learning experience. And I learned some new life skills in training for it. And so I'm going to talk more about Beast Games in my members only video, kind of what I thought about episode 1 and 2. So I don't want to give too much away here. I want to save that for my members. Anyway, let's take a drink because this is Champagne Saturday. So cheers. And today I am drinking, and since it's the holidays, I forgot to do champagne and not red wine. Good old trusted basic Veuve Cliquot yellow label brew. Now you might think, okay, that's a real basic, but honestly, it's such a solid staple that I go back to again and again. Yes, I love Le Grand Dame Rosé, but that's not going to be an affordable treat all the time. I feel like that's a really special champagne, at least it is for me anyway, versus this is more I'm definitely not everyday drinking, but it's one of those special occasion champagnes that's not going to break the bank, that you can trust. It's the same again and again and again. It's so consistent. And I like it as an aperitif. I don't know if it's one I would drink necessarily with food. I mean, I have, but I think it's a really lovely day drink or aperitif because it's lighter. It's so fresh. It's so acidic. I like the dryness of it. Now, fruit-wise, you've got to think pear, peach, and then I know this isn't a fruit, but pastry. So when I say pastry, it's kind of that creaminess, butteriness, but not musty to toasty like some other champagnes can be and some vintages can be. Like I feel like Moet is a lot more kind of toasty and almost musty. I don't want to say musty, it's a nice taste. So that's the thing. I do say Moet and Chandon. I know some people say Moet and Chandon, but the Moet has an umlaut. It's a French, yes, it's a French champagne, but Moet was German, Chandon was French, and it was a blend. So we actually got to visit Veuve when we were in France, and we went to Reims and Epinay. And that champagne trip, if you haven't done that and haven't been there and you love champagne, you are missing out. Such an incredible experience. I would say my two favorite places to go there were Veuve, because we learned so much, and they introduced us to Le Grand Dame. But you got to learn about all the vintage years there, because obviously some years are good for vintages, some aren't. And then the other one we really liked was Ruinart, and now Ruinart is my favorite champagne. I think just because of the memories and the experience we had there. So I feel like wines, a bit like perfumes, and champagnes can take you back to an experience. And because we had such a good experience there, it will now always remind me of being there. And I took my mum for her birthday. So my mum, my dad, my husband, and I all went there. And we weren't that impressed. I love Moet champagne, but we didn't love the tasting experience there. Do it by all means. I think it's such a big house. You don't really want to miss out on it. So do some of the big houses like that. And then I would say try some of the smaller ones, or even ones that don't export. So you can try something really new and original that's kind of, I don't know. I just love experiences like that, because now I've created memories that last a lifetime. And for me, Veuve, Moet, and Ruinart. So I keep playing with it because I can see this hair like flipping out in the mirror. Yeah, memories. I like doing trips. I love traveling. That's why I do a lot of travel reviews on here, because it's just the memories. I know it's a splurge, but it is the memories. Anyway, okay. Since I am mainly a luxury fashion blogger, I think we should talk a little bit about fashion and move on to that, some current trends. Sorry, I have my notes. I'm making sure I don't miss anything with you guys. So some of my favorite winter trends right now. I love the closed-toe stiletto heels are back in. I have so many of them. I just think they're such a timeless, feminine, elegant classic. If you don't want to do a stiletto heel, you could do a kitten heel, but it's that pointy closed toe that's really in. And it's obviously a lot more practical in winter than strappy stiletto sandals are. You can wear them with tights if you want extra warmth. If you haven't done a pedicure, even better, because then you're hiding your toenails as well. But that's one trend I'm really happy to see back, because mine were kind of gathering dust. I haven't worn them in the longest time. The other thing I love right now is that leopard print is back. And I feel like leopard print hasn't had a moment for a while. Now, if a leopard print kind of like outfit is too much for you, you could try doing something like leopard print heels, even leopard print closed-toe stiletto heels, and you're combining two trends in one, a leopard print scarf, a leopard print bag. Not all of these at once. Do not wear it head to toe like that. That's a little extra. But I just wore a leopard print slip dress the other day. I did a kind of get ready with me YouTube short. And it was just giving me kind of, when I saw it, I was like, that's so Kate Moss vibes. And it had the little lace trim on it, very, very flattering. And it's one of those dresses you can wear for all seasons. You could even layer it over a polo neck sweater. So if you're wanting to keep your slip dresses going on repeat in the winter, that's one thing I'd recommend doing. Put it on a polo neck or a long sleeve bodysuit underneath, and then even putting tights and knee-high boots underneath, a leather jacket, a faux fur jacket. I would just be very careful when you're styling a leopard print dress. It always reminds me, you might not get this reference if you're not English, is EastEnders Pat Butcher. So I feel all Essex girl, and I'm from Essex. So I'm very, very careful with my styling when it comes to things like leopard print or white stiletto heels, because it's just the whole stereotype where I'm from. But I do think it can be a really cool, elegant look that you can make very, very modern. So I'm loving that leopard print's back. The other thing I really love right now is burgundy, that color trend. Last year it was the bright red, and I'm still wearing bright red. I think it's brilliant for the festive season. But burgundy, those rich wine jewel tones, I think are absolutely lovely. And again, if you don't like burgundy near your face, look at my nails. Okay, so I'm going to divert. I did have burgundy nails. This mirror thing is really throwing me off. I did have burgundy nails and they all started to come off and I wanted to change them for Christmas. I couldn't get these off. So I didn't come on camera with just 3 nails on. I started doing my Christmas nails, which I'm actually really happy about. It's kind of a reverse French manicure, but it's actually gold at the base rather than the tips. I just thought they were fun. So we're halfway towards doing our Christmas nails, not fully. Anyway, I did have burgundy because if you don't want to do, back to my main point, if you don't want to dress in burgundy, again, do burgundy nails, do a burgundy lip, a burgundy purse, shoes. There's ways of making color trends work for you. If it's not normally a color you would wear or that doesn't suit you, it's just a really easy way to freshen up your entire look and make it look very on trend. The other thing I love, and this is a trend for all genders, is sporty track pants. Because I work from home, I've actually got leggings. This is a dress, but so I could sit cross-legged with you, I throw on leggings underneath. So I really like the sporty track pants. So it's just a little bit more elevated, a little bit more of a statement than some plain black or grey joggers. Those are really in trend right now. So I said, especially with how you style it. So for a more elevated look, style with a crew neck sweater, think like a cashmere, really luxe crew neck sweater over a button-down shirt, as seen at Miu Miu. So if you want to Google that for reference, obviously I can't share photos here because of copyright. Go Google Miu Miu's runway show and look for those sporty track pants and how they've styled it. I think the runways are a great way of getting a style inspiration and then kind of taking it and making them your own. Okay, little sip, cheers. The other thing I really like right now is elegant draping. And this was seen at Carven, Bottega Veneta, and Delcourt. It's minimalistic, it's classic, it's elegant. It's one of those you can use to hide your flaws and highlight your things you like. That's another thing I like about it. So think things like, right now, the outerwear with the built-in scarf. I think that's so clever. It's so on trend. I don't know how long it will last. And it's also a trend that works really well for the office too. A lot of trends I feel like are streetwear or going out. That's a trend that works really well for every day. Then if you're wondering what 2025 trends will be, one color trend I can tell you is coming is Mocha Mousse. That's the Pantone color of 2025. So think lots of rich browns. Now, I personally don't like a head to toe brown outfit or really brown dresses or outfits. I love a pair of brown boots. I have brown suede boots. So I think that's a really easy way to wear the trends is brown boots or maybe a brown bag. Personally, I'm not going to be wearing head to toe brown because I don't want to look like a dead tree or a poo. There we go. I said it. It's out there. But that's what I see when I see head to toe brown. It's just not a color I love. Trends I'm skipping. Like I just said, brown. I'm going to wear the brown boots. I will wear a brown bag. I am just skipping even brown tones on the eyes. There's ways of wearing the Mocha Mousse Pantone color of the year without being head to toe. The other thing I'm skipping that's a trend right now is corduroy. Corduroy, however you want to say it, I say corduroy. For me, I just feel like it's really dated. I feel like it had its time, it had its place, but to me, it's just too 70s, it's too retro, and there's no real way to make it look good. I'm seeing how people are styling it now, and that material is just so thick and bulky, it's not flattering. It's just giving frumpy grandma vibes to me. It's bulky. It's not ever going to be. I don't think there's a way to make corduroy look chic. If you have a way, reply to me in this with a picture or a YouTube short. Show me how you're styling corduroy because I'd love to see. For me, that's a hard pass. And the third fashion fail for me or miss that I'm skipping this season that I've actually talked about in last month's live stream is pant boots. Pant boots. Why? I just think fold over styles like Givenchy shark clock boots are great and seasonal and they do look really, really trendy. They can look cool. I love the style on other people. I just don't love it on me. It's not flattering. I think because I have muscular thighs, muscular calves, I like a fitted style or a taper. If I have big thighs and then big calf boots, there's no shape. I just look like a short block because I'm petite as well. I think if you're tall and thin, you can pull off this trend. I think it can look really good. It's one of those trends that doesn't work for everyone. So if you like it, play around with it. You do you. But for me, that's another trend I am skipping. It's also one that's going to date very quickly. I tend to like to invest in investment pieces. Like people will tell you Chanel logo earrings are out. I'll tell you now, Chanel logo earrings will never be out. They're a classic. Same as Rolex watches. There are certain things that are just classic. That's why we'll spend on them. Are they trendy? They might not be trendy right now, but they will always be a classic. So just play around, like invest in trends you think look good on you and that you feel confident in. Skip the rest. Okay, on to, I've talked about fashion trends, I've talked briefly about Beast Games, the hits and misses I've bought this month. I feel like December we all do stupid amounts of shopping. So a hit for me, because I was volunteering at the horse ranch the other day. Oh my gosh, the best horse ranch. They're the happiest horses. They just built new stables out there. It's amazing. I bought heated gloves and socks. Yes, I live in Vegas, but when you start getting up to altitude and into the mountains, it gets cold. These heated gloves and socks worked a dream. Like I was warm and toasty. I actually got so warm I took the gloves off. But they're probably my best Amazon find this month. The other thing, I just did that video, the Amazon inspired dupes. So loads and loads of kind of designer brands for less, or designer styles for less. They're not fakes. Don't get me wrong on that. Don't get me started on that. They are inspired dupes. And one of them was inspired Cartier love bracelets. And I bought them both in silver and gold because I thought they were both so good. They looked way more expensive than they were. And I do tend to like mixing silver and gold anyway. So they were a good find. The leopard print dress I showed you in the Get Ready With Me YouTube short. And like I said, leopard print is a big trend this year. So I love that. The fit is perfection. The straps are adjustable, which I need because I've got such a short torso. Oh, the other thing I was really impressed with was Dior's Gold Beauty gift. So if you've joined their loyalty program, if you shop Dior Beauty, make sure you've joined, because otherwise you're just giving away free gifts because they give you so much. So that came with a Dior tote bag. I did an unboxing of it. You can scroll back to that another time, or I'll link it afterwards in the link. It came with a tote bag, the lip oil, and their hand balm, which works so well. If you have dry hands like I do in the winter, it's a lifesaver. And I think that alone's $60. So you really do get your money. If anyone has platinum status, let me know what their Christmas gift is. Because I was like, do I spend that amount more to get to platinum status? But it's so much more. They put the amount you have to spend to reach the next status up this year, and it's just got a bit stupid. But I could be tempted if it's worth it. I mean, that tote bag you got with gold status was probably worth $500. So it just has to be worth it, right? The other thing, oh, self-addition, got the words out. This is good champagne. Cheers, let me have another sip. Live stream number 2 is going to be good, isn't it? I'll just keep drinking that. Anyway, I just tried Lily Lashes self-adhesive lashes. That's the word I couldn't get out. So I've heard mixed reviews on them, so I wanted to try them for myself. I'm currently working on the full length review for you, but I'll give you a little spoiler. So they have loads of different shapes. They're beautiful. I wish I brought them in with me, actually. It's too far for me to walk and come back to like, where's she gone? Beautiful quality. They almost look like foam ink, and they've got a really nice flutter, really nice shape to them. I've got lots of different shapes. I got the scissors to trim them up properly. But the first time they went on, they applied so well. Like it literally took me 2 seconds, not 2 seconds, that's an exaggeration. Minimum, like probably like 30 seconds per eye, that quick. And then in the evening, they didn't really pop off, maybe at the corners, but if you press them back on with your fingers, they were on. I didn't need glue. I didn't need the magnetic liner. They worked really, really well. When I went to use them the second time is when I started to have the issues. They're not as easy the second time, but they do say they only last 5 uses. So they are expensive for what they are. I think they're $27 per pair. But if you were doing lash extensions, how expensive they are and how much time that takes to do, I can't do them. The glue irritates my eyes too much. But I thought they were good value. And the second time for applying them, my pro tip is, and like they say to do, heat them up with a hairdryer to get that self-adhesive nice and warm again, and then apply them, because the self-adhesive works with your body temperature. So obviously the hotter they are, don't burn yourself, because I know the hairdryer can make them too hot. Heat them up, test them on your hand, and then put them on your eyes, and that will work a lot better. So Lily Lashes, self-adhesive lashes for me, definite hit this month. The other thing was I've had some hits and misses from 111 Skin. Stupidly expensive. I'm working on a full-length review for you, but it's taking time because it does take at least 2 weeks to see results from things like their serums from their clinical trials. So I'm loved their Black Diamond mask, and it seems expensive. I think it's $140 for 10, but if you break that down, it's $14 a mask. How much is a facial? And it also it's self-care, isn't it? It's like half an hour of self-care, however long you leave it on for. You always feel a bit bougie with a luxury face mask versus a $1 one from the dollar store or something. So $14, I thought they were worth the splurge, and they definitely felt hydrated afterwards. I wouldn't say necessarily, it wasn't a miracle. I didn't feel like 10 years younger, honestly, plumper or more sculpted, but I did feel hydrated, and it didn't pill under makeup. You know, some masks or serums, because of the silicone base, it can kind of leave a bit of a pill under makeup. It didn't. It created a really lovely canvas for makeup. Oh, and then the last thing, this was a hit for me. I just treated myself to a Rolex. It is pre-loved. They don't even make the size anymore. It's 26 millimeters. I bought it from Fashion File because they guarantee authenticity, and I did go and have it authenticated afterwards. But I'm going to do a whole review on this and why I chose this size and style and all the rest of it. But that was my hits this month. I really don't think I had any misses with purchases. I'm sure I did some Amazon returns. You know what it's like when you're trying a few different things. I think I bought 2 clear bags to try for the screening. We had to take clear transparent bags, and I only kept one of the 2. I just wanted to compare sizes and quality. It wasn't a miss so much. It just the other one worked better. Okay, on to pop culture kind of. So movies, Christmas movies. Let me know what some of your favorite movies are to watch this time of year, because for me, I love all the Christmas Hallmark movies. Luckily, my husband does too. I know they're cheesy. I know they're predictable, but I just feel like this time of year when it's like cold and dark and depressing out, it's fun to put like a little feel-good movie on, pour a glass of red wine, get under the cozy faux fur blankets, I cuddle with my cats. It's just a really nice, I don't know, feel-good. The other movie I was blown away with at the movies was Wicked. I did not know Ariana Grande could sing that well or act that well. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love her as a performer, but to that level of that level of skill, I thought was absolutely phenomenal. And even the head toss, like just everything. The details she went to, all of them, the whole cast was absolutely brilliant. I love that the guy from Bridgerton was there as well. Nothing wrong with some eye candy. The singing, the sets, the costumes, the whole thing. It's one of those I will watch again and again, and I can't wait to see part 2. So Wicked, if you haven't seen it, go out and see it. My dad didn't love it. He said, I don't know. He didn't love it. I did. I knew it was a musical. I was expecting a musical. Fabulous. The other thing I really like, my background is ballet musical theatre, so obviously I love a good musical. And I was surprised by this. It's Spirited with Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. Now, I don't normally love Will Ferrell. I just find it's a little over the top. Like, I'm not always into American comedic actors. This, though, it's a couple of years old now, but I've watched it a couple of times, and it's feel good. The songs are really catchy. You sing along, and the songs get stuck in your head. So that's why. Anyway, good afternoon. If you've watched it, good afternoon. I don't know. It's just fun. TV series. What am I watching on TV right now? Obviously, Beast Games, but I think I've already watched episode 1 3 or 4 times because I did 2 POV live reaction watch videos to it because they gave us copyright permission to stream episode 1 with you and to react to it with you. So that was really fun to do. I did it on Twitch. I did it on Twitch a few times because I'm brand new to Twitch and I have no idea what I was doing. And the first time I did it, I had no video. It wasn't playing. You just heard it. The second time I had no audio and it didn't save. And I think the third time worked out. So yeah, there was that. But that was fun. I love playing around with new things. It was very interesting watching it back. And the more I was watching it, the more I was seeing and realizing, oh, I didn't realize they went out then. So that was really interesting to see. The other shows I'm loving right now are Lioness. It's so intense. It's so well acted. It takes you on an emotional journey because I cannot imagine doing that job. I mean, you have to be like so stoic to do that. Besides the level of skill to do that, but just the emotional side, I almost like to be so switched off emotionally in that area. And then the other one we just started this week was Landman. And again, brilliant acting. So emotionally involved in it. Just a really, really good TV show. So anyway, let me know if you have any other TV shows we can watch. Because obviously January is kind of the month you stay in and watch a load of TV as well, isn't it? So I definitely need some more TV show ideas. But those are my favorites right now. Beast Games, Landman, and Lioness. Okay, what else? Okay, we are starting to wrap up this. I'm getting towards the end of this, but what are your Christmas and New Year's plans? So for Christmas for us this year, we were supposed to be in England this year for Christmas with my family, because that's where all my family are. I was really excited for it. And then we were going to do New Year's in Prague. Anyway, our little miracle baby, we're calling him our Energizer Bunny. Zorro, if you watch my YouTube videos, he's in all of them. He's my baby. He's my shadow. I adopted him 14 years ago. I should say we adopted him 14 years ago. And he's just been my shadow ever since. And he's such an emotional cat. Anyway, we took him to San Diego in January for radiation therapy because he was sick. It cured the cancer up here. But then last month, well, actually 2 months ago, almost 2 months ago now, we got the news that he had lymphoma and had spread over his entire body. And we had days to weeks with him. So It's now been 2 months. Like I said, we were told days to weeks, and he's still here. He's still fighting. He's very frail. He's lost a lot of weight, but he still wants to do unboxings. Every time I get the camera out, he's in front of that light ring. I don't know, maybe it's the heat, but he wants to be involved. He's playful. He's loving his food. He's loving life because we let him do whatever he likes now. There are no rules. He's completely spoiled. So we cancelled Christmas and going home because of being here. We weren't sure when we were going to lose him, and now we're here because we want to take care of him. So we're going to be here for Christmas. We did book dinner at Scarpetta. It's one of my favorite restaurants on the Strip because it's a fabulous Italian food, and we booked window seats so you can see the Bellagio fountains from there. It's just a really cool dining experience, and when there's two of us, I think I've only cooked Christmas dinner once in my life. Normally it's my parents doing it for us. I've been really, really spoiled, and they're brilliant cooks. So I always make the excuse for them to cook for us. Well, I'll pour the champagne and organize and do everything else. But we're home alone this year, so there's no point cooking for two people. It's so much work. So we're going to go out for dinner. And then New Year's Eve, we're probably going to stay in again because I really don't want to leave the cats, especially with the fireworks and with him being sick. If he's still here, I'll FaceTime my parents because obviously New Year's is like 8 hours earlier there. Maybe have a champagne jacuzzi, drink bubbles at home, and I'll probably do tapas because I feel like New Year's, again, I don't want to be spending hours to cook to sit down for 10 minutes. And you have the whole evening home anyway. So I feel like I'll do like a progressive kind of tapas throughout the evening. Probably watch Ryan Seacrest and the New York ball drop on TV. And that will be it. So my next live will be in January. Again, I want to probably go back to a Wednesday, a wind down Wednesday. So if there's a best time for you, either drop it in the community tab in the poll there, drop it in the comments below. Let me know when works best for you because I have a very flexible schedule. I do work from home. And like I said, we've cancelled traveling for Christmas, New Year's. We will be here. So let me know. Let me know your favorite fashion trends for winter or maybe even spring now. Let me know the hits and misses, the trends you are missing, the trends you love. Let me know the movies you like, the shows you work, the ones I do not need to waste my time watching. And I will catch you all on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and happy holidays.